Ladies and gentlemen of the Nerdic Pro Podcast, this is Feeling Blegh, episode 1. This evening, I am joined with Steph and Rob of Æl-Fierlen. Guys,
Hello.
how are we doing?
Hiya.
Doing well. How are you?
A little bit of a cold, but other than that, yeah, I'd like to think I'm okay.
That time of year, isn't it?
Unfortunately, yeah. Normally I'd blame the kids, but yeah. So we spoke to you because just quickly. This is technically a return of yourselves. We spoke to you back in I'll say summer, spring. It was that kind of crossover time. What was end of April time? No, May.
Is it ever really summer in Britain?
It was May.
May. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
Training in between sort of April and September. Those days of summer. But yeah, it is that time. You say about the time of year again. We've come up metal to the masses again. You guys are in it again.
Yeah.
How we feel about it?
How we feel about it? Fine, I think, Steph. I saw you wins.
I mean, it's a competition, so we feel, the pressure, we feel the excitement, we feel the drama and all the stuff that comes along with submitting yourself to be judged. But obviously, we are thrilled to do it, or else we wouldn't have come back. And the reason why I think it's going to be an overall positive experience no matter what is the community in East Anglia, where we are doing Metal to the Masses. Our region just really shows up and is a huge part of what makes the contest great to be part of. You've never seen so many people on a Thursday. You were there at the finals, at the preliminary rounds, like hundreds of people every time, all like really, really, cheering for their local favorites, which makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, being at the Brickmakers, that's not a small venue.
No.
By any means, and it's that gets to a point at times where like you can't move, and then half a dozen people go, let's make a mosh pit and like take even more room up, and it's like
Rory, blame Rory, always Rory.
Yeah.
I'll go admit that's my standard of it's a good show, because if Rory's having a good time.
Oh yeah,
that's a good show.
So, you got to see the green dreadlocks going through the room, and then you're at the right place.
I mean, obviously you were finalists last year.
Somehow, yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like any extra pressure before this?
For me, no. I think Steph, maybe.
I mean, maybe. You want to hold yourself to the same standard. You want to say, oh, we were finalists last year. Hopefully we can do it again. But it all depends on who else is competing as well. And, may the best man win is cheesy, but it's what's going to happen. So
I think this year, because we've got so much more experience, like as you kind of say, it'll be what it'll be. But like we'll be like as good as we ever are, whether you think we're good or bad. But like we are fairly like well rehearsed now, so yeah, it will depend on who else turns up, who else is in it. I don't think our show will be that affected.
I hear that Obi had only joined like 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
So like that was a little bit of I would say pressure, but like it's sort of.
I think we had 1.5 rehearsals with him.
Obi played bass with us for the first time at our like Metal to the Masses heat, and I think that was only our 5th show ever anyway, and so we were
that, I think.
No, I looked at the spreadsheet.
Oh, did you? Okay.
It was like our 5th show, that specific heat, because it was back in March, and once we got to the finals, that was definitely more than 5, but the first time we competed in Metal to the Masses at all, like our first heat, we were just there to have a good time and see what happened, because we hadn't really even been around as a band that long, let alone for East Anglia to get to know us.
I mean, I had a quick look at last year's one the other day. You said about heat number 1, you're in heat number 1 again this time, which is complete coincidence that we'd already been arranging this before all the things have been announced. It was complete coincidence that you're in heat number 1 and we've got you on again. Do you think that does that make you think of anything at all? In fact, like, oh, we were heat number 1 last year, we're heat number 1 again this time.
It is nice if we get through that we'll have a large chunk of time to rehearse before the semi-finals. I feel for the people who are in Heat 4 and then the semi-finals is next week. That's a lot of pressure. And then if we don't get through, it's over with quite quickly, isn't it?
Oh, you say that if you don't go through, there's the possibility of wildcards, presuming they're doing that again. So it's sort of
true. Yeah, we were really lucky last time that we were just a regular card, not a wild one, I guess, and had gotten through each time. But yeah, it really depends on who's playing, who's judging. We'll see.
Yeah, for us this year, I think Heat 1 works well because we've got quite a busy February, so we're going to be like, the ball will be rolling and we'll be well rehearsed going into it anyway, because there's 4
Yeah, there's 4 shows.
Yeah, we've got 4 shows in February anyway. So like that running into Mouthful for Masses sets us up really well.
Yeah. So just how did like Heat 1 to the final sort of like compare? Because like you with Heat 1, you were still reasonably new. Like I said, like Obi was you had a new member that was reasonably new as well. So you had that, but then in the final you were a bit more well rehearsed and everything, but the pressure was higher. How did they compare? I mean, obviously,
I think it's actually as you say that, like, yeah, Heat 1 we went in, we're like, oh, if we get through, whatever, but we're new, etc., it will be what it will be. But then because we got through to the final, we're like, oh shit, like suddenly it got very real very quickly, I guess.
Yeah, that's how it felt. It really felt like we had started it for fun and because it was a good opportunity. And then by the end, we thought, oh, we have maybe a 1 in 5 chance of actually winning this. That's crazy. We should care more.
Literally a 1 in 5 chance.
Yeah. So we tried to ramp it up and we did a few different things in the final than we had in the other performances. And the energy on the final was absolutely crazy. There were so many people in there. Like you said, you couldn't even move. And yeah, I just remember thinking like, oh, this is real. This isn't just for fun anymore. This is something we can be proud of either way because we got this far.
I mean, you mentioned about the crowd over in Norwich and that. There's a lot of passionate fans, like just metalheads in general, right? If there's a main place I go when I'm over there is Brickies anyway. But yeah, that place, whether it's that or the B2 at the back or whatever.
Yeah,
everyone turns up, sort of thing, and there's a lot of support regardless of who anyone's there for everyone. So
for sure.
Yeah, so much support. We had people wearing the shirts of the other band they'd came to see and support, like still come and buy a shirt from us at the end of the night and go like, oh, now I'm fans of you as well. Don't know who to cheer for in the final. It was really sweet. And I've been in previous bands where we entered Melts and Masses in other areas because I'm the only one who doesn't live in East Anglia. I live in Surrey and I commute to East Anglia for rehearsals because that's where all the guys live. But yeah, there's no scene in Surrey. So in old bands, I've previously entered in different areas like Brighton and London and stuff. And there's no issue with those scenes. But I think the Norwich one is just a bit special because maybe there are just 4 really strong heats and so people come to all 4 of them, whereas in places like Brighton and London there are like 12 heats, so everybody can't be at every single one. So people are a bit more spread out. But yeah, it seems like in Norwich you get like the same really dedicated crowd coming to check out every single round of the competition, which is really cool.
That's cool. Sticking with the final, I mean, you guys were on first. And I mean, regardless of whether it's a competition or not, I mean, like first, being an opener in anything is a lot of pressure anyway. Was that much of a factor for you then, or?
It kind of threw us a bit because I can't remember if that show started early or the load-in was a bit later, I think, but it felt so rushed. We didn't feel like settled and prepared, I don't think, compared to normal. So we kind of got there, drew names out the hat, went, oh shit, rushed to set up, sound check, people coming in. and then we were on, and that was it. And we're like, holy shit, okay.
Whereas one of the ones I think as well where they had decided that we weren't allowed to post on our stories like what order the bands were on as well.
Yeah, some of our friends missed it.
Yeah, which does make sense because you want people to turn up for the whole thing and you want people to support every act and not just come when your friends are on. But some of our friends who were coming from Slough and like other places turned up either halfway through or after we were done, as we couldn't tell them like, we're on first, hurry. Not that they could like teleport through traffic anyway. They would have gotten there like whenever it was feasible to get there. But yeah, I just remember thinking like, oh, I hope everyone can make it. And also having that like girly moment of being like, oh, my hair's in curlers. It's time to get ready immediately. Fuck.
Yeah, I remember like we sort of like when I turned up, I went around and said hello to everybody. So we're going to try and chat, and you're like, oh, we've got to get sorted now. So like we didn't actually chat until two bands after, because I think you played first, Celestial played afterwards, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
I was definitely after the Celestial set that we managed to get our chat in, which I still feel bad because you went outside in your shoes and like ruined them.
It's fine.
Come chat crap with me, and I still feel bad for it.
No, I still wear those shoes in my ballet classes, and every once in a while they'll make like a scraping noise on the floor in the studio, and my ballet teacher will be like, "Who has worn their shoes outside?" And I'm like, and I say nothing.
I hope they don't watch this.
That's fine. I am a really subpar, like beginner level ballerina. It's fine.
I mean, I'd say you're probably better than me. So well,
I would hope so, because I've been paying for classes, but but only just probably.
So, just cover away from Metal to the Masses and that. Actually, I'll come back to this. I will stick with Metal to the Masses for it. Have you got any idea, like plans or anything, or obviously like keep them close to your chest if you have to, but like your plans for this year that you might do differently, or
we do?
Little bit, yeah. Well, we've upped our stage show since last year, so we'll be bringing like the show that we bring to all our shows now. So we've got a bit more presentation, I guess.
And it's going to be a different set.
Yeah,
so
slightly different
everyone won't see the same songs they saw last time, but we're keeping two of them the same. So hopefully the big ones that everyone said they liked the most will stay, and a new one will convert everyone. I don't know. We'll see.
Just quickly going back to the final. That is the weirdest mosh pit I've ever seen. When you
yes.
I don't even know how to describe it, but it was obviously not a mosh pit, but like it was a very what's the right word? I think it's fairy tale, but I don't think it's the right
word. No, it looked kind of folksy. It almost looked like someone was a maypole at one point. People were like dancing with like fake ribbons around them.
I was like Wicker Man and mosh pit.
Yeah, it also seemed quite sacrificial at one point because I stepped down off stage and walked into the crowd, and then as soon as I stepped back up, everyone sort of wall of died. You know, they ran. And but it was as soon as I was back at a safe distance on stage, they all went nuts, and it was amazing. So it kind of felt like I had just commanded some sort of big sacrificial dance.
I think had you been in the middle of a wall of death, I don't know who would have got hurt worse, because those antlers on the back
they're real. They're very heavy. If someone had run at those, they might have gotten proper gored. Who knows? But yeah, we had those for the final because we thought it would be really big and exciting. And also there's like a running joke in our band that even though I am 5'5", which is pretty average and not actually that tiny, that nobody can see me past the first row anyway. So we wanted to make me bigger so that people in the back could see me.
So yeah, let's just go away from that. What's the origins of Æl-Fierlen then? Where does this all begin?
With me, I guess. Okay, which year are we in now? Did we meet 2.5 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Cool. So in that case, about 3.5 years ago, I'd started messing with the idea of doing this sort of project. Maybe even a little before that. I saw Sylvain at Damnation whenever she played 21, maybe, and kind of went, oh shit, that's really cool. Because before that, I was doing a more straight black metal-y atmospheric nonsense, much like this, but no clean vocals, basically. Saw Sylvain and was like, oh shit, that's really cool. Maybe I want to do something a bit more like that. Started messing about with some song ideas, etc., but was in need of primarily a vocalist, but then other band members as well. And then we got put in touch just through a mutual friend, actually, who basically went, you guys need to meet because he needs a singer and she's a singer and blah.
Yeah,
and that was
kind of got set up on a blind band.
But yeah, I had like a few demos like sitting around by that point, and like as soon as we got chatting, I was like, "Oh, do you like black metal? Maybe you like black metal." And I think you were just like, maybe, or like you started to dip your toe in at that point.
I was interested in a few different black metal bands, and I had already heard of Sylvain and Merkur, which I always say really badly, and yeah, very deeply un-Danish, my pronunciation of that band. But yeah, the whole Æl-Fierlen story is really interesting because all of us sort of met and know each other because of UK Tech Fest that Simon Garrett used to put on and may put on again one day, who knows. But yeah, Rob and I were introduced through a friend of ours that goes to Tech Fest and knew both of us. Obi, our bassist, and I met at Tech Fest because we happened to camp next to each other and became friends like years before I knew he could play bass or wanted to do it in this project. And then when we were looking for a drummer, we posted in the UK Tech Fest Facebook group, and that's how we found Ginger. So without like that festival, this would not have happened, which is crazy.
Even though we're like the least Tech Fest band going.
Yeah. We're not.
I always think is really funny.
A technical metal band, but we are technical metal enjoyers.
We are technically metal, but we are not a tech metal band. No, but that's half serious because again, when people go, so what sort of music do you guys make? And it's like, well, it is metal, but then if they're not metal fans to begin with as well, particularly, it's like it's not going to be anything like what they're picturing. Because we are a metal band, you couldn't describe it as anything else, but relating it to, I would say, like mainstream metal or things people outside of metal have heard of is almost impossible.
Yeah, I think when you say like something's metal to non-metal people, they either envision like the thrash cut-offs, or
exactly
the full makeup, or the
Slipknot maybe,
and all that sort of thing. They just envision that sort of thing. So we sort of. When you say we're in a black metal band, like what's one of them? It's sort of like it's that all those subgenres still need explaining.
And even then, I feel calling us black metal is somewhat false advertising because we're not like a Satan black metal band. So no, but I really struggle with it because if people are expecting us to sound like fucking Mayhem or whatever, it's like no, that's not. And even like the atmospheric bands, because we have used Steph singing. It instantly changes the like landscape of what we sound like, even though musically that is what we sound like. So I do find like describing us and selling us to people hard in that way.
I think
it's a lot easier to like
it's hard to describe, but has been less niche than I thought it would be, and easier to put us on various lineups because we have different elements. So there are the really screamy, dark, mysterious black metal festivals who like us, which is super exciting. And then there are the more varied, like metal of all kinds festivals that like us. And then we also got asked to do an acoustic show. So we can do that now, apparently. We have scheduled.
Yeah, we do.
We're literally going to do that on Saturday.
Yeah, we are. Okay, I can sort out my parts. It's fine. But no, in quite a lot of our shows, what I found interesting last year was that we either were the heaviest or the least heavy band on the bill. By quite a dramatic margin.
Just depending
on the night.
Because
if we're on a black metal show, we'd be the only band with clean vocals. Or if we're on a like only just metal show, you'd have other bands who were either maybe more goth or more rock, and then we come in as I said, we are a metal band. We have blast beats and double kick. We are a metal band, but yeah, we always seem to fall, not in a bad way, but just fall one end or the other on a lineup.
I'm always terrible at like going with subgenres anyway. It's like
if you have any adjectives to give us, please.
It's like I'll sit there and go, right, okay, right, I'm just sort of right, that's deathcore, that's easy. Right, Metallica, that's thrash, right, okay.
Yeah.
Killswitch Engage, that's metalcore, all right. Electric Callboy, fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, I like metal. My metal spectrum is everything anyway. You know, I mean, one and the other. I mean, I've said this a lot. Like the other year, like literally, like I think it was 22, right? Almost the entire year, I listened to either Electric Callboy or Slaughter to Prevail, which
no in between.
Yeah.
Right, and I could flick between one and the other. I'm like, happy noises. Yeah, it's like,
we flick back and forth that way as well. Electric Callboy and like Windows 95 Man and We Butter the Bread with Butter and all of the like party core, like silly metal is a lot of what we like drive to the gig while listening.
Yeah, and then we go to parties and then we put on Drone Corpse Aviator.
Yeah, I did that once. to great confusion at a friend's Halloween party. I put on some Arch Fire and everyone went, "What is this?"
What I suppose kind of thinking a little bit. What's like the influences you have behind it? Like, yeah, whether both in the like, what bands do you take like inspiration and stuff from, and just stuff in general? Because obviously, I'm gonna butcher your name. Is it Ode?
Oh, Ed. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like obviously that's obvious. That's based off. Hold on, wait. I got this. New Orleans Axe Murderer.
Yeah. It's kind of random, but
cracking song. Like
Thank you.
I pretend that is my favorite song by you guys. Right. I absolutely love. Right? I love how that does jump between a full one end of the spectrum to the other, because it has that stereotypical black metal style and jazz kind of thing, and I that went through my head all, and I remember you put a video on TikTok explaining it. I was like, I thought I was going mad. That's the
When he wrote it and when he sent it to me, I was like, this is so jazzy. There's some swing in this, but it's still very evil. And
full disclaimer, I did not intend it to be that jazz.
No, but I made you keep it that jazzy.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it just sounded so sinister, but so jazzy that I couldn't help but think of this sort of like legendary like folk character that I guess being an American I've heard of, but anybody who's a fan of like true crime or like spooky things may know of the Axeman of New Orleans as well. He's also
but that was about
he's a character on a season of American Horror Story. Like he turns up, he's about, but it was like an actual story, an actual story.
Oh
sorry,
I'm not interested in talking to you.
But it was a real story of I know you're the dad, you should be making dad jokes, but there were real murders that took place in New Orleans that are unsolved because they were so long ago and DNA was not around to help solve them. Like the processing was not around to help solve them at the time, and there were just can you hear my cat screaming? I'm sorry.
Hi Lola.
Come here.
Pick the baby up.
I can't, she's too far. I'll unplug the computer and dismantle this entire setup. But yeah, there were real murders that were left unsolved, but somebody was coming into these houses in New Orleans in the middle of the night and killing people with an axe. And there was an actual letter that got sent into a newspaper around the time either by the person who was doing it or by someone who just played like a really good prank on a newspaper about how there wouldn't be any killings if they played jazz in their house on a specific night. And so everybody had to be playing jazz music or out at a jazz club on like the night that this person sent into the newspaper. And yeah, everybody was spared. No one was killed that night. And so some of the letter to the newspaper where he sort of talks about, you know, they've never seen me, they've never caught me. Like those are lyrics that I put in the song because I thought it was evocative. And, you know, we have our own sort of creepy, spooky British murderer, Jack the Ripper, but I wanted to get like the Axeman, his time in
Jack
there.
the Ripper is not jazz.
No, categorically not jazzy. Our boy Jack.
Our boy Jack, your boy.
Your boy. Hey demons, it's me, your boy.
Sorry, Ricky.
No, you're right. Like I said, what the way you were describing about, you know, not being found, like letters to the newspaper and everything else. That sounded a lot Jack the Rippery, and
yeah. So it is some of the literal words from this really chilling, creepy letter to the newspaper about how they're never going to catch him. But it is also kind of peppered with some other response lyrics about not letting that evil force take hold of you and not falling victim to the axe coming down, which in modern life, when we're not all being murdered by jacks or axes, is more about the idea of having like, you know, just a problem in your life that you're dealing with or an anxiety that you won't let take hold of you. I might need to pick up my cat. I'm sorry.
Bye. Sorry, what was the other half of the question about what bands and
sure.
You're right, Snap.
What?
Yes.
Sorry, go on.
Just sticking with that in a minute, right? Like I said, when I envisioned things originally, anyway, right? All the black metal side of it. In my head, it was that stereotypical band in the woods, just being loud sort of thing. And then, like when Steph's vocals come in, you know, growing up in the 90s, watching, you know, Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and Who Killed Roger Rabbit and The Mask, like we grew up with jazz clubs on the TV.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right. So it literally in my head, it popped to jazz, a jazz swing club, whatever you want to go with, black and white, you on the stage, like you know, have it being a wrestling fan of that. So like, that's a good storytelling.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because even though I didn't fully understand the whole thing until you'd mentioned it, I saw that TikTok about the axe murder thing.
Yeah,
those parts was telling a story to an extent, whereas like knowing more details explains more. Yeah,
definitely. The Axeman of New Orleans would be a great heel in wrestling. He would be brutal on the mic. Like the letter he wrote would just be like absolute trash talk to, you know, Triple H or whoever's in charge these days, because I'm a bit out of the scene. But yeah.
But yeah, going back to it. So like I don't want to call it pop culture, but that's not pop culture influence. But like so musically, what sort of influences you have? Because like for me personally, like when I was sort of teenager getting into metal, I did start listening to things like Lacuna Coil and Within Temptation as well. So like just that heavy band with a female vocalist, just is like a little bit of a throwback for me kind of thing.
Yeah. Lacuna Coil is definitely one that I listen to a lot and one that I'm inspired by, and I got to see them recently and they were fantastic at Bloodstock. So I listened to Merker's new album a lot. Well, it's not new anymore, but it came out like while we were writing our lyrics and melodies for this. And Sylvain, as Rob said, and then Rob's also really into this very story-based, almost like metal rock opera type band that does like concept albums. Is it Xanthocroid? Is that?
Yes, Xanthocroid.
Yeah.
But I didn't consciously take anything of theirs like much from that for our stuff, because I was leaning much more gazy, like Alcest and like post-rocky, post-whatever atmospheric layers and stuff like that. Like the storytellingness of it came about later because of the lyrics and the vocals. But yeah, like, name an atmospheric black metal band I listen to, that's probably in there somewhere as an influence. But just like, yeah, trying to put labels on musical influences is really hard. Abigail Williams, massive.
You also have an obsession with Neobliviscaris, so like the idea of having
slander.
But the idea of having a lot of layers and like those longer songs that really like build throughout probably came a bit from that as well.
Yeah, from I mean, all along that. Sayor does that as well. Winterfilleth. And also, so my musical background, I started as a classical guitarist. So I've never really been a like verse chorus type person. So I think that's why our songs develop the way they do, because I'm not thinking in those like blocky sections in the same way. I like start with an idea and let it develop and grow, and suddenly we're like 6 minutes in. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. That felt natural to me when I wrote it, so that's what it's going to be.
And I started kind of into metal at the same time, but as a musical theater kid. So I was doing a lot of singing in like dramatic roles, which is why I guess I like the storytelling and the costumes and the big stage presence sort of thing, and why that's so married to the whole experience for me. You can't really separate
the least shocking
drama
review of the century. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing I was going to say was about like your song length thing. Was that a conscious decision that like, yeah, okay, most of our songs are 8 minutes ish long, or is it a case of like, yeah, I mean, from what Rob's just said, it's kind of like, well, that song's 8 minutes, right? Next one, well, that one's gone this long. Is that?
Yeah, that's much more how I write. When I start writing, I don't necessarily have any sort of plan of how it's going to turn out, and I'll let it grow and grow and grow, or not grow if that's how the idea pans out. So, I mean, on the new stuff we're writing, there is a song that's only 5, which for us is short. And actually, one of the songs on the album's only about that, isn't it? Pulrose?
Yeah. I think Pulrose is.
So, like, sometimes the songs do
6 minutes or shorter. Yeah.
Like, they naturally fall in like a shorter range. But then if I'm writing and the ideas keep going, and then we add vocals to it as well, so the ideas grow and grow. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 minutes is fine by me. But like, no, it's not a conscious decision. I'm just allowing it. I'm not going to cut it off if it feels like it needs to be bigger. I mean, having like 2-minute interludes and introductions and stuff kind of precludes you from having short songs. They're going to end up.
Yeah, you love a long introduction. You love a weighty intro, and you really like to build the atmosphere. It's almost like reading a very long novel. You've got a lot of world building. It's like the Lord of the Rings of music, where there's just like 3 minutes of walking through a forest before you get to everything else.
I like that. I really do. Someone who would.
I don't know how to feel about that, but okay.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, like when you were in school and whatnot, the teacher like give you a bit of paper and go write a story, and then everybody's like written the entire story on the first page. I'm like a page, right? I'd be a page and a half in, and I've just described the opening scene, and I'm like,
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I quite like that comparison where it's like it's. I suppose it goes back to what we've said about the storytelling. It's building that foundation to then bring everything else on.
So I think talking about like the writing and the structuring, that's probably like the right way to describe it as well, rather than there ever being, I'm never worried about verse chorus necessarily, but I want there to be a journey or a story in how the music grows and progresses and pans out. So even before you put vocals on it, there's still going to be like a natural progression through the song that takes you somewhere.
Yeah, there's
hopefully.
one that I had not struggled with, but that I was initially a bit intimidated by, which is going to be on our next album one day, where
The one that's
it's
14
almost
minutes.
Oh no, not that one. That was
Okay.
that was a struggle in a different way. That's a Rob doesn't know how to edit, and that's why it's a long song.
It got shorter. I took a minute out.
It did. But no, the one that I struggled with initially that I'm so in love with now is almost like a sandwich approach of a song. Like there's an idea at the beginning, there's this entire middle chunk, and then you come back to the same idea from the beginning, and it all comes back around in a circle or the sandwich. But a lot of songs don't really do that in it, and they don't have sort of a beginning and beginning again structure. It
Whereas
might
for
be
me,
hard to
I think of
describe without hearing the song, but
no, but like, I think of that as a classical thing. Of it's called ternary form. It's just ABA. Is how I look at that as like in a meta view. And obviously, there's more little things going on. But when I wrote it, I was like, oh well, that makes perfect sense.
It is ABA, but the B section is so much longer that you almost forget where you came from. And so then when you finally return to it, you go, oh yeah, this is what the beginning was like. Oh, we're back to that. And it's really satisfying.
We do that. Hopefully other people will do that.
Yeah. Hopefully it's satisfying for more than just us.
Yeah, we'll be there. This is so cool. And everyone's like, don't like it.
So when it comes to writing, is it like, you know, let Rob loose with a guitar and his imagination, and then everyone in afterwards, or is it sort of like, do you have like a, is there some sort of like, well, what's the right word? So I don't want to say like no one else contributes, because that's wrong. Sort of, because I know certain bands it's a case of like, this person's brain is absolutely insane and they get the foundations, and then it's everyone else fine tweaks it, sort of thing. Is that a sort of
it's probably closer to that, because obviously the songs are relatively structured by the time you get them, usually stuff.
Yeah, because Rob started writing a bunch of material before he'd even met me, there were like 2 albums worth of songs in instrumental form, and he just kind of gave them to me and went, do any of these speak to you? And I was like, yeah, one sounds like evil jazz, let's go. But and then so he'll give me like something that he's written, and he'll have like a working title for it. And the way I've approached it as well is I've sort of asked him for what the working titles are and like what emotion he's trying to get across with that. Yeah. And so with Eth, our like favorite evil jazz song, that is like an old English word. Yeah. It's an old English word that means like destruction, like laid to waste. And so I was like, okay, great. This is like an angry song. Yeah. And this is, you know, about like a feeling of sort of hopelessness and oh, hello.
Well, yeah, just go down real quick.
Hi.
The illusion has been shattered. Oh no.
That's what
yeah. So Richie's wife isn't an illusion. She's real.
My not so little girl anymore. So.
Oh.
She's like literally just turned 14. So.
Oh wow! I can't see that well because the computer screen's blurry. So I thought it might have been your partner. Sorry.
Excuse me. Yeah. So where's the old English? What prompted that decision to like go down with both in like the band name and song names and that?
Partly, I'm a nerd. But also just for
that's like, it. That's the whole answer. He's a nerd.
Hey now. Wow. Okay.
We're on a nerd podcast. Be proud.
We are. So I'm a big history nerd anyway. And particularly like medieval period is really like my thing. But for like the genre that we're in, like using Old English or like I guess for Scandinavian bands it's just in their native language, but like using non-modern English titles and names and stuff is really just part of the course almost. Yeah. So like it doesn't stand out that much when you look at bands. If you put us next to bands, for example, like Merca, Winterfell, say, or Orthen, Misfimming, suddenly Æl-Fierlen doesn't sound that unusual.
There are Mistheming's one of the bands as well that uses an Old English letter.
Icelandic, because they're Icelandic.
Oh, it's Icelandic. Sorry, but they use
it's the same letter. Yeah.
Like a modern letter that you wouldn't see on a QWERTY keyboard, for example.
Yes, because like to do the nerdy thing, we used to have more letters in our alphabet, so that's where they come from, and they've been dropped over time, largely because of the printing press.
Right.
The AE symbol in Æl-Fierlen is called an ash, and it's after the ash trees in England, which is quite cool. So it does make that sound. So it's an Æl-Fierlen.
Whereas in Latin, it's like an A sound, like encyclopedia or pedia, or I don't know. Yeah, but there's more letters. You can have fun with them, but we don't tend to use them anymore, basically. But yeah, so the Evil Jazz song, that's what people think is either an O or a D in the middle, just makes a TH sound.
Yeah. I know that because Ragnar Lothbrok's name is spelled with one. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm a bit of a nerd as well. So,
so when we were naming the band, we were trying to come up with something that would be
SEO optimization.
Well, that wasn't the original goal, to be honest. But yeah, when you Google Æl-Fierlen, we are it pretty much. But we wanted something that would be unique, and we wanted something that would give sort of a black metal, like foresty, mysterious feel to it.
We did shortlist half a dozen or so, because this is when it was only the two of us as well. So
yeah, we had a couple that weren't Old English, and then we had a couple more different Old English ones, and one of them ended up being a song title instead on the second album. So yeah,
I was going to ask, so what does Æl-Fierlen mean itself?
All is far away. So our album is technically self-titled, but in like Old English and then normal English.
So we're hoping that we've gotten the grammar right on this, because the Al is all, and then Fierlen is far away. And in the way that we had researched it, which we are hoping is still correct, is that if you have
no hope that it's correct.
I have some hope that it's correct, because I am a very big grammar nerd in regular English, and so I was hoping that in Old English I could still retain some sense of grammatical correctness. But the all and then the hyphenated approach to making like a compound word or phrase is what makes it all is far away, or everything far, or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely all and far away, but we've kind of combined them to give you this sort of mystical, distant, foresty feeling.
What was it close at all of being one of the other names at all, or was it like that one stands out? That one's.
I don't really remember that much anymore, but I think once we said that one, we were like, "Oh no, that is the one."
The other one we did really like was it's the song I was talking about as well, with like the A structure.
You can name it. You don't have to avoid the word.
Which is funny because it ended up being something that kind of represents our band anyway as well. But the other Old English word that we liked was soroil, and it kind of means like with antlers, which I now wear on stage, so it would have still been fine. But I also live in Surrey, and so I thought it was a lot.
Sorry. Sorry,
That's okay.
And I live in Hearts, where the symbol is a stag anyway, so
yeah.
It's weirdly like intertwined with everything.
Yeah.
So had you gone with that? Sorry, I was going to do that again.
That's okay.
This is the problem with live TV. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, I thought you meant the problem is that we can't come and like pat him on the back and see if he's okay.
Oh no, I mean we can't cut camera until Richie sorted out.
Oh.
It's still there. Yeah. So had you gone with that one, I suppose I would have kind of like, oh god, I'm the technical difficulty. I can't even speak now.
English is hard.
Yeah,
Old English is harder.
It's not. It's not Nerdic Pro if there's not technical difficulties. It's just that I'm hit this time rather than
okay.
Yeah, had you gone with Antler's name? I've forgotten what you said.
Sir Royal.
Oh yeah.
Would that have been a foretelling of when you got the reindeer antlers, aren't
they? They are reindeer antlers, yeah. Rob's parents got them on holiday, as you do.
What, the little ones or the big ones? Because
the big ones, the like real antlers that your parents brought.
They're not. They're not reindeer. I can't think what they are.
Oh, are they not? Okay. No. I thought they were from deer.
They're from deer, but not reindeer.
Oh my god, fine. I don't know my deer well enough. Sorry.
You specifically said reindeer, so I was like, no, that's not what they're from.
Okay, I'm sorry.
As long as he doesn't say caribou, because they're the same thing.
They're just Canadian reindeer. The answer to French-speaking Santa Claus.
Oh god, that coughing fit's throwing me out now.
Yeah, we would have had all normal, like currently in use letters if we had named it Sir Royal. So that would have been
boring,
boring for Rob, but easier for anyone typing. But I think we've done pretty well with people being able to find us and connect with us, even with a difficult name.
The tip is that you can just use a normal A&E, and computers are clever and know that you mean an ash, and we still come up. So you don't have to like work out how to type it. You can just type it with modern English, and it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like you say, this sort of makes you stand out a bit more as well. Which, sort of. I don't know about you guys, but when I see something a bit odd, I'm like, there's a curiosity that sparks in my head. So if you've got someone looking up. I'll say the black metal genre and whatnot, and they're looking for something new. They're like, actually, no, I suppose you kind of like blend in a little bit.
No, we blend in then. It's awful. Yeah.
It's interesting. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Because I think...
I just meant name-wise.
Oh, name-wise. I was going to say our logo doesn't look like a lot of other band logos, but that sounds like I'm giving myself too much credit because I'm the one who drew it. But that is A, because I'm not a professional logo drawer or designer, and B, because we wanted it to have a bit more of that like softness and ethereal quality, and not just be, and some legibility as well, and not just be like a brutal
stick sign on the ground.
Yeah, like Band of Sticks logo.
I was tempted to call someone out then. I was like, no, I shouldn't do that.
Obviously, the really brutal logos look really cool, and we all listen to bands who have those. But
except Ginger, because that's his rule.
We thought it would be. Oh yeah, Ginger, our drummer, has a lot of really random, specific rules about what he likes.
It's not even a rule. Basically, if he can't read the logo, he tends not to like the band, and I'm determined to find something that like breaks this rule. Because he said usually, if I can't read it, it's probably going to be like too much or too like just noise for me. And I'm like, okay, we'll see.
My only issue with it is the fact that like when I want to know what they are, so I can go listen to them all that, it's kind of like, what are they?
Oh no, it's awful. I keep seeing lineup posters being like, I've seen that logo somewhere, but I don't know who the band is, just because you recognize it more like an image than as text, so you don't actually know what it says. Lamp of Murmur, I think it is. It's just like all these like loopy like bits like in blocked together. And you're just like, okay. And then you get posters where they just put it in like Times New Roman underneath. You're like, oh, that's who that is. Really helpful.
Yeah, we were on a show where everybody's name had their little subtitle underneath it to explain what they were, and I thought that is clever, honestly. But
I remember somewhere, it was might have been YouTube, might be scrolling Facebook, and it was like trying to work out certain band logos, and like so they'd have the logo, and then they got a pen over, like digital pen, trying to work out where the letters were for this and that and the other. That's
what we give.
That's a fun game. That would be a good game.
Yeah, that's a new game for us to play.
Yeah.
Every lineup poster will be like.
So, Steph, you're from the other side of the pond.
Yes.
What made you decide to come over to Jolly Old?
Well, the short answer is my husband, James. So we met at university, both doing drama degrees. If you've met me or him, no one is surprised. He's in bands as well. Just not this one because he's not super into black metal, but he's been in new metal bands and prog metal bands and like metalcore bands and basically everything but black metal. And yeah, he was the person who first said that I could do this and not just be like a musical theater kid. And that, you know, the fact that I liked metal meant that I could also integrate and be part of it. Even though I didn't think I was like cool or brutal enough at the time. But yeah,
do you think you're brutal enough now?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I've knocked men over in the pit and then they go like, what's your problem? And then they see me being like, sorry. And then I feel pretty good. But yeah, I moved here in 2017 and I'm a citizen now. And when I met Obi, our bassist, actually, was because at UK Tech Fest, I was studying for the citizenship test and I was going over all the sorts of things I would have to know. And then I would have to swear allegiance to the Queen. And Obi like ran out of his tent yelling, "Don't join the army. It's a trap." And I went, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Why are you swearing allegiance to the Queen then?" And I was like, "Mate, I'm just trying to live here." But yeah, Obi is ex-army and he wanted to make sure that I didn't join, I guess. And we've been friends and now bandmates ever since. But yeah, James is one of 3, and without getting like super depressing, both his parents are alive. So we wanted to be here where he has a much bigger family than I do. Back home, it's just my mum, no siblings, and my dad passed when I was young. So we thought, yeah, it would be nice to have like a big family. And the furthest from us is James's sister who lives in Birmingham, which is not far. So yeah, that's why we chose here.
I mean, you mentioned earlier about being a wrestling fan, and Robbie, if you are you / have you ever been a wrestling fan?
Yeah, like mid to late 90s as like a kid with like Undertaker and Kane and all that stuff.
I'm unusual, and then I got into it.
I'm very out of date.
I'm out of date as well, but I got into it post Attitude Era. So I was like heavily into it when I was at uni, and I was in like our theater group would have like Manly Mondays, and we would watch Monday Night Raw and eat like burgers and stuff. And
theater, the most manly of activities.
Obviously, get into it. But we would do this. We would all go around to this guy named Jeff's house, and we would just like make a lot of food and watch Monday Night Raw. And then in Chicago, my flatmates and I had gone to Monday Night Raw in person a few times. We were at the Monday Night Raw where Brock Lesnar destroyed a car that Seth Rollins was giving to J&J security, and he threw a car door into the audience and hit a person. We were there.
Claim to fame. Much more important than the band.
We didn't get hit with the car door though. But yeah, my old flatmate in Chicago and I used to watch it together, and sometimes we would like try and dress up a tiny bit to go to Raw. And so I was Paige once and he was Kevin Owens. And yeah, that was like ages ago, probably like 2015. And then the most recent wrestling I've gotten to see is we watched Royal Rumble last February. So I'm like a year out of date, but we watched Royal Rumble. And
I'm like 25 years out of date.
You're but you'll like this. There was actually a wrestler at Royal Rumble who's like in it still now, but this was like my first experience of seeing her. She's called Stephanie and she wears horns, and I was like, "Hey, girl."
Oh, we're like the same. You in another life, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm always rooting for her. You got to.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we'll get to watch Royal Rumble or WrestleMania or something like that again this year. We're always back in for like the big ones, but I don't keep up with Monday Night Raw anymore or anything. There's so much. There's too much wrestling all the time. It's so difficult.
So the Rumble is this coming Saturday, and being in Saudi, it's on at a reasonable time as well. So
I won't get to watch it this Saturday because in a very related world, well, we do have rehearsal that evening, but in the morning I'm playing a roller derby game, so I will still be hitting people in a ring, just on roller skates.
That's one thing I want to ask you about, because I've seen stuff to do with roller derby in TV programs, and it's always just highlights of highlights, because obviously, like I say, it's in TV programs and stuff. So but what is it, and how did you get into it?
It is a full contact sport on roller skates, and I got into it because I could already rollerblade because it was cheaper than taking the bus in Chicago, and I wanted to make friends and join something where I could meet a lot of cool women, and it's the only form of exercise I really like. I do have ballet classes as well. I don't like going to the gym. I'm not a weightlifting or running on treadmill person. I have to have
You're medically not allowed to lift weights.
No, I am. That's also a thing. Even though I let people run at me and knock me off track at full speed with full body weight, sometimes if I pick up drums and carry them upstage, I pull a chest muscle. So. But yeah, roller derby is a full contact sport. We wear all manner of safety gear, including a mouth guard, and you skate.
It feels like a PSA.
In a circle, an oval, and basically it's almost like a relay where there's a player on each team called a jammer. That's what I am, and it's the jammer's job to try and lap all of the players on the opposing team as fast and as many times as they can. So they both start at the same point. They have to get their way out of the pack of all the skaters at the beginning, and then whoever gets out first is the lead jammer, and they have control of that round. And so they are going to try and go back around as many times as possible. And so your own teammates are playing both offense and defense at the same time. So my teammates will be trying to make space for me to get through while also knocking the other team's jammer off track and trying to get them away and make sure they don't pass my team. So it's a lot. It when you said I've only seen highlights, almost the whole sport is a highlight. It's very wrestling adjacent as well. There are funny outfits sometimes. Everybody has a roller derby name that they go by. There's a lot of entrance music. There's chanting. It is definitely something wrestling fans would enjoy. There's a lot of big hits. There's jumps as well. Not off the top rope, but on roller skates, which is just as impressive. Gotta say.
Sounds like the 100 meters. The 400 meters rugby.
The only other way I've heard it described is that it's kind of like rugby, but if a person is the ball. But I am really bad at understanding rugby, even though my amazing, lovely friend Tom, who plays rugby, has tried to make me watch it with him and explain it to me a bunch of times. And I'm just kind of scrum, hooker, words, what's happening? But yeah, I'm the ball for our team.
15 years and I still don't understand it.
But yeah, basically the roller derby thing is super easy if you ever want to watch it, you or anyone listening. The jammer has a star on their helmet, so you follow the star and you pick one of the teams to root for, and then your jammer will have will score points for however many people they can lap on the other team, so you just follow the star that you're rooting for.
How you describe it definitely sounds like I've got to give a go. It also sounds like something that would be absolutely awesome in cars as well.
In cars?
It's just
it would be I guess a demolition derby by
pretty much
by definition at that point.
As someone who grew up watching Top Gear and then play ice hockey and football and other stuff in cars and that, the idea of roller derby in cars just doesn't sound that mad.
No. I'm just picturing the cars wearing the little helmets with stars on though, and it's so cute.
Of course, that's where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you said about wanting to meet people and make friends and stuff like that. It is weird. I box. I used to kickbox. I used to do MMA. I used to do jiu-jitsu and that, right? And it's weird how good of friendships you can make by knocking the crap out of each other.
Oh my god, yeah. All the skaters on my team are so cool, and they're really different as well. There are women and non-binary folks and trans folks on our team who range from 18 to like 53. And everybody has different jobs and everyone has different backgrounds. And I'm not the only foreigner as well. We have some from like New Zealand and Australia and France and like all sorts of places, which is quite cool. And we did like a team bonding activity at an escape room once. And the person running the escape room was really impressed with us because we had the shortest time they'd ever seen in that room. And they were like, I want to understand why you did that so well, but you were all just screaming at each other and everyone was fine with it. And I was like, yeah, because we yell at each other like on track in our sport. We're always like yelling, like, get to the inside or like cover the out or like I'm coming through and like, you know, but yeah, the energy just did not stop during the escape room. Apparently we were all just yelling directions and making sure we were all like near each other at all times. Like we were
talking at normal volume is considered aggressive. It's just kind of thing.
Well, in Britain, yes, I've had to take down my American indoor voice by quite a lot. But I have heard now that it's not always even immediately like clockable that I am American, and my voice kind of goes in and out. Because Mickey, our friend from Chaos Under No Ties, said that I do a good job of hiding my accent. And I was like, I don't think I do because I'm not trying to. But
your accent is a chameleon though, because
the fact that I moved to Surrey, I think, is what also made it this way. Because everyone around me is, you know, very Surrey darling. So I've ended up saying things like, "Oh, I can't," and "lost" and "path" and all of that. But
water bottle.
Oh yeah, no, you can't say that phrase at all.
You can't say it in any accent.
In any accent anymore, or it just sounds ridiculous. But if I'd moved to the north and was still allowed to say things like Bath, it would probably be fine. But since I've been Surrey, my accent has really changed.
I'll be honest, as a Norfolk boy, I just sort of like I've had people accuse me of not being from there. I was a lad I used to play online with. I think he lived like Reading Way.
Oh yeah.
And like we would sort of like we'd gotten this clan on a game and what, and we've got people all over the world and stuff. So us British lads sort of like kind of not for any other reason than just it was convenient that we can get on at the same time, sort of thing.
Sure.
And we got chatting. Where are you from? Yeah, so Norfolk, mate. Yeah, where are you from, though? Norfolk. Is it? Nah, your accent's way too southern for that. I assure you, I'm very much say that. So like,
so why would you lie about that as well? It'd be such a funny thing to make up.
It's because well, I'm from King's Lynn, so I'm on the other side of Norfolk than Norwich is, and so I'm in a county that's in the arse end of the country that sort of like people kind of like belittle anyway. So surely if I'm gonna pick one, but
I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I know I mentioned that I lived in Chicago and went to Monday Night Raw when I was there, but I lived there for a while, but I grew up in Florida. And so that's an uphill battle as well, telling anyone that, because everyone has heard of the Florida man, like nonsense news stories, and everyone just like thinks of that immediately, and that everyone from Florida must be like insane and about to cause some chaos on local news, or they just immediately question why I'm this pale. So there you go.
Can confirm.
I've got to admit, you haven't got that stereotypical Floridian accent.
Yeah.
And that, so whether X amount of that is living in Surrey or your time in Chicago and stuff like that, because like it was like here you can drive 20 minutes up the road and the accent's changed 3 times. It's sort of it's
I really like it. I really like all the different dialects and picking up new words for everything. We were playing like the board game Articulate with friends last night, and I had to remember to train myself to go, what's the British word for this every time, because and then there are still ones that I don't know, which was frustrating. A desk tidy is apparently an object, not the act of cleaning up your workspace. That was brand new information for me.
Yeah, me too. Don't know what that is.
Oh, it's apparently like a name for like a pen pot.
Oh yeah, a pen pot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
called a desk tidy. Yeah.
It's just whatever mug I've broken a handle off, and then that can go on the desk, and I put.
But it might be a slightly posh.
Yeah, exactly.
pen pot, because I think it also involves like a place for your post-its and possibly other like office items. But yeah,
I don't have that much stationery around. Like, why would I? No,
I don't know. But yeah, desk tidy was one of the ones where I was thinking like, oh no, that's not a word that we had. That would just mean you're cleaning up your desk.
Yeah,
I think what doesn't help with stuff like that is you can't say that this is the British word for this, because even then that's still a regionalized thing.
Yeah, completely.
Have you seen the bread roll debate?
Oh yeah, the bread thing is massive. Yeah. But even one that we realized was like really region specific that my husband's mum does say is you know, the little like plastic like leaflet things that you can put paper into if you're going to put it into a binder. I grew up calling them page protectors. I've heard other people refer them as plastic sleeves or plastic wallets or what have you. My mother-in-law genuinely refers to this item as a slippery fish, and that is apparently Sussex-based, and like all of them say that, and that's a normal thing in Sussex.
That's new.
Sounds fake.
Well, none of you are from Sussex, so that's why.
No.
Fair. So, aside from like you dance, you roller derby, and Rob, what sort of other stuff, sort of non-musical interests, sparkytism kind of thing?
History's a big one, which we touched on earlier. Viking period, medieval period, classical period. Like, the more recent it gets, the less interested I am. But like, genuinely, like, that's, give me prehistory and like human evolution, dinosaurs. See, the older it gets, the better it is.
You have a huge pile of half-painted Warhammer figures in the room where we record. Half-painted, always half-painted. Yeah, so like Warhammer, D&D, all that sort of stuff.
I've got a pile of Warhammer figures that haven't been painted for about 18 years. So like,
mine are also that old. Yeah.
So
I am a very slow painter. So, I mean, actually, now we're doing the band. I haven't painted since we became a live band, but before that, even then, it was like 8 to 10 models a year, and that is it. So, just painstakingly with a fucking magnifying glass, like.
I remember trying to. My dad tried to get into it for a bit when they released the Lord of the Rings ones.
Yeah.
And attempting to do detail on the little goblins was infuriating.
Fool's errand, yeah.
No, it's like normal size, like Space Marines. Yeah, that you can do.
Yeah.
Right, and then you get the Lord of the Rings. The tiny.
Yeah, they were just slightly smaller.
Right, and you try to paint eyes on a in a gap that's probably 3 mil.
Don't paint eyes. Painting eyes is like, no, unless you go for like a competition. Don't paint eyes ever. It's a trap. Because it's the last thing you paint. The eyes are always the last thing you paint. So you get this perfectly like finished, quote unquote, but like this finished model, and you like one light dot. And if you slip, you have to do like the whole face again or the helmet again, and just not that I have like nightmares about it, but like no, that's not happening. Like,
I used to play D&D in Chicago, and I would paint my little like figures for that, but it wasn't, as many as Warhammer, and it wasn't an ongoing process. It was like you paint the ones that you use in the game, or if your friends don't want to paint it, you paint theirs. But my secret weapon at the time was like really glittery nail polish, because I would always have these like sorcerers or warlocks or whatever with like a gust of magic coming out of them or something, and so I would always paint it with like clear glitter polish, and everybody would be like, how would you do that? And it's like, just really good at painting.
I just envisioned this fabulous barbarian sort of thing.
I had like a warlock character who was a bard, and so I made this whole character around the idea that it was just she was too metal and like fought people with like really loud music and got her way all the time just by like screaming.
Like next time I might say about it, because I've played it once.
I can't remember what edition we were.
I didn't know what I was doing, so I thought, screw it. I just thought I'm doing when I play a fantasy game. I'll be the big guy with a big sword. That'll do me.
I'm always little thing with magic. But yeah.
So you both play yourselves, okay?
Oh, yes. But yeah, I wanted to be like a tiefling warlock, but then I also wanted to multi-class and be a bard because I wanted to be this like scary, loud demon. But like, I will play guitar at you, and that's why you've died.
I did come up with a character once because I like way before I'd actually played it. Mate said to me about playing, and like I come up with a character, and then my mate saw it, threw it completely because I was like, right, a warrior wizard, an evil warrior wizard, right? His dad was a pirate, his mom was a princess, his uncle was a warrior wizard as well, but a good one. His grandfather was a warrior wizard. Was good but turned evil, was the main enforcer of this big ruler, and also he went, you can't be Kylo Ren. I was like, fuck.
I didn't put it together because I'm not like a Star Wars.
No, that didn't click
buff,
for me either.
But
I was picturing like knights with like magic and shit, which
you said pirate, and that did not lead me to Star Wars. That led me to the ocean.
Well, Han Solo was a smuggler.
I get it. You're right.
So,
yeah.
And I told like a couple of people about it. And they're like, "Oh, that sounds really cool." I was like, "Right, okay." I'll speak to him next. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking about blah 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 blah. You can't be Kylo Ren. How did you pick that up? Like, I've told Star Wars nerds that skipped that.
I think the funniest bit of our D&D campaign when we were playing was my friend group in Chicago did this literally like every Friday night for over a year. We had like over 300 sessions of this and somehow didn't kill each other. But on Halloween, we all dressed as our characters, which like for me meant getting like devil horns and like a cool black and red outfit and whatever. But for my friend Colin meant borrowing one of my dresses because he played a character called Valerie. And so he was trying to wear like a sexy red dress and be like Valerie, like the hot archer that would always like seduce people. But it was just my mate Colin.
Commit to the bit.
Oh, he did. Colin looked amazing.
No, so I've only played it once, and to be fair, like half of it was two of our mates screaming and shouting at each other. Like
that sounds normal.
Could not have got lower in the words they were using at each other, but they're best friends.
Oh, so maybe not.
Right, and then the other half I was drinking, so it kind of it just sort of.
It is hard to find like a consistent group to play with because it does, especially as adults, it takes so much time, like scheduling and commitment. Because anything longer than a 3 or 4 hour session, you're not getting a lot done.
Yeah, we tried to play in England. My husband and I were in a group with some friends, but they live in Southampton. So we were driving about an hour and a half every time. And it was once a month, but it was like a good all day session once a month with lots of snacks and good hangs. And it was fun. But then during the pandemic, it just kind of fell apart because none of us liked the online format. And 2 of them had kids. And so they were like now focused on that and had even less time. So yeah, the last time I was part of D&D was like 2020 or 2019 when the online version of it didn't work for us. But you play online, don't you?
I used to, yeah. So my group was entirely online, and then we used like software, so we had the maps and could move people around.
And, like, we had software, but I think
that worked really.
Too distracted.
Used to in person, but because my group all live in different counties, so like the group had only ever been online, so that was just how we played.
Yeah.
But no, that worked quite well because it meant the software gives the DM like all the tools to like reveal things and hide things and put effects down and like change the maps around, and like it can tell where your character is, so it will only show you the things your character can see and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that part of it was good, but I think everybody was just very distracted by being in their house and having like their partners and their kids and other things that could be like bugging them, instead of being like away from all those things and at the table with all of us and like everyone in the house only concentrating on that one thing.
But I think the advantage of the online format was like we played, I mean the group's been going on and I've been a part of it, but I've played for 2.5, 3 years, and because I think it is easier to schedule because you can get home and just turn your computer on and it's there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's what works for different groups, ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, I know. So I can just ring my sister and my nieces and nephews are there. Yeah, it's sort of like in a heartbeat sort of thing. So like we're trying to trying to concentrate on playing a game, and then like you see the top of a head turn up, and you're like, okay, and I'm sure we were the annoying kid when our parents had company over, and so like you wouldn't know what was going on, so you're just like, oh mommy, I need a drink, and so like just turn up and just sort of sit there for an hour or whatever. So sort of I can see both sides of that sort of thing.
I do miss physically like rolling dice and moving things around when you're online, because you do miss that like tactile element. But if it's
you're not painting your character when you're online and stuff either. I think we've both had quite a lot of like nerdy hobbies over the years, on and off.
I mean,
to be honest,
painting Warhammer for most of my life. Not really playing, but painting is like the big thing. Video games, everyone plays video games. It's not that nerdy anymore, but
no, I'd say
games, because like if you're
okay. So, how do you feel about aqueducts? I like city builder management because I am fucking nerdy about it. So like,
see that's nerdy. See, like playing
Call of Duty, that's really nerdy. Oh yeah,
builder.
No, you see, like, because I grew up playing games in the 90s. Like I played games like on my own to entertain myself on my own, or I played games in the same room as my friends, not with random people shouting slurs at me online.
Yeah, we're both only children, so we have a lot of like you have to entertain yourself hobbies.
Yeah,
so I got massively into The Sims and still play The Sims 2, not even like 3 or 4, because the 2 was
retro,
the better version and less laggy. And so I still do that
all the games
because it's an entertain yourself sort of game, and
player.
I like the building of it. I did play Call of Duty and Left 4 Dead and lots of stuff like that with flatmates when I had them.
Yeah, no, but that's the difference.
In
with
Chicago,
flatmates, like with friends. There's something about, I remember growing up playing like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater all the time, and there's something about being able to yell at your friend from like a foot away rather than on a microphone that is so much more satisfying.
Yeah. The weirdest setup we had is that at one point we would play video games where like some of us would be downstairs and some of us would be upstairs in the same house, like yelling. Because
so you can't see each other's screens?
Well, no, just because it would be like a 2-player game. And so we'd have one PlayStation like downstairs and one PlayStation upstairs so that like all of us could join in or whatever. I don't know. My friends at uni had it arranged a way that they thought made sense, and I just lived near them and joined in sometimes. But yeah,
so
roommate experience of using Mario Kart to settle a debate as well was also a thing. Like on Mario Kart U for who does the dishes, that sort of stuff.
That's definitely like the more accessible end of gaming rather than the nerdy end of I'm going to sit on my own and plan to like have to take over Europe for the next 14 hours. Like
you don't know how accessible The Sims is until you're looking up actual Victorian.
No, I'm talking about my games. Oh, okay, fine. Because I'm looking for more accurate maps of Earth so I can like more accurately conquer things in Civilization, right?
Those kind of things from when I was a kid, that was me playing Command and Conquer.
So I skipped Command and Conquer-ish, but like I was like Age of Empires.
Yeah, I started that last year. So like I still got Age of Empires 2 on Xbox Game Pass, and I was like, they did put 4 on there, but I just didn't like it as much. So I was like back on.
No, I never bothered with 4. 2 and 3 I liked a lot, and 1 is like the retro classic.
I mean, I have still got my old computer from when I was a teenager down there, and I thought, gotta get it hooked up.
It's about the only thing that can run those old games as well, unless you get. Is it GOG does really good conversions now to run on modern systems? I think
there's something as well. Oh, is it called Port or something? It's like something to do with wine, where you can run old games on a system. I promise. Yeah, I think it is. It is something like that, but you can run like older 8-bit, 64-bit type stuff on.
Yeah, you can run like a DOSBox or like a virtual system for like an old. Yeah, you can do that.
I swear the name has something to do with wine.
Well, port is like porting a game from one system to another, so it's probably that.
I know what it is, but I know that that's not the actual name of the thing, and that's what's bugging me. I'm not even drinking wine. I had juice. Like I had little fizzy juice.
Too much.
So I should remember it, but I don't.
So aside from video games and that, is there anything else that's sort of like I mean, I know Rob said like history and stuff. I mean,
how many do you want? Come on, I'm giving you.
As long as many as you want. So, yeah.
I played Magic the Gathering. How's about that? That's fucking nerdy.
That's another thing I tried to get into. I just couldn't. Yeah, I've never had a pack. I've never knew anyone. I got a game for it on the Xbox. I tried to learn through that, and I went, nope, no idea. So I installed that sort of.
Those sort of like, I would say like logical games or like structured games are very like, even if the rules are complicated, they're very well set out. My brain just gets, as you say, like the tism. Like I can just think my way through them. So like I really like things that are like mechanical in that way or mathematical in that way.
I
played Magic on and off for years. Go on.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say something completely different because you were talking about logic and how you like mechanical things. And I was going to say I really like depressing surrealist novels. So I read a lot of Japanese surrealism. So I read a lot of Haruki Murakami and Kazuo Ishiguro and that sort of stuff where actually, oh my God, there's a Murakami novel that I love called Dance, Dance, Dance. And that would make a good sort of like story for a song. Is basically in the novel, a man's girlfriend goes missing and he goes back to find her at this hotel bar where they always used to like meet up. But the hotel is different and it's under new management and it's new. But on like a certain floor at a certain time, if you go there, it's still the old hotel. So yeah, I really like
familiar.
Strange surrealist novels.
I think I've seen something similar in a movie. Probably.
Yeah. So I read stuff like that. And then my husband's obsessed with anime. I watched a fair amount of it when I was younger, and I'm getting back into some of it with him. But he watches a bunch of really like strange ones. Whereas I used to like ones that were a bit more straightforward, where it would be like, oh, these are sort of like samurai-esque characters in a fighting tournament, or, this is, my favorite one was called Yu Yu Hakusho, and it was about a teenager who was basically a dick when he was alive until he pushes a little boy out of the way of a moving car and ends up dying in the very first episode. And then he gets another chance at life because he did something selfless finally. And so he gets to come back to life, but only if he helps fight demons instead of like fighting boys at school. So he gets basically adopted by the Grim Reaper, who is like a really cute lady in a pink kimono. Sure. And helps fight things in the underworld, and it's great. But my husband will watch anime where it's like the main character has been turned into a vending machine. Hilarity ensues. Or he'll be like, oh, I've been reborn as like a 300-year-old wizard-ess, or like I've died and I've been reincarnated as a spider. Like there's a name for it as well. They're called isekais, but it's anime where someone dies and they just get reincarnated as the most random shit. It's not shit to those who like it, obviously, but yeah, it's like any object you can think of. The vending machine one is particularly esoteric, but he loved it. He was well into that series.
See, that sort of thing for me was always like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Metal.
Sure.
That sort of thing. I
do remember watching Pokemon when I was little. Yeah. I never had the cards though. I wasn't a card collector.
It's just Magic the Gathering for kids. To bring it back around. But
which one came out first? I don't know.
Magic.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's the same company.
Oh. Well, you know.
I did. Well, I had two conversations with two completely different people. I compared Yu-Gi-Oh to Magic the Gathering in similarities, and one person went, "Yeah, it's quite similar." The other one wanted to kill me. So
sounds like a regular nerdy conversation, yeah.
Right. Well, the person that kind of agreed with me was a Yu-Gi-Oh player, and the one that wanted to kill me was a Magic player. So
that also sounds about right, yeah. After the course.
Aw. Why can't we all just nerd along?
Pokemon side though, like, because I mean, well, it was like you bought a pack, you got your trainer cards and your energy cards, and you went right.
Yeah.
And
I want you to the monsters.
Right, and you weren't like, like how you're supposed to do it in the game was right. I got a Charmander, right? I'm gonna put Charmander out, right? Okay. When I get Charmander's still alive, right? Now I've got Charmeleon. I put Charmeleon on top, and then build up the Charizard. Whereas like, I don't know about you, but like for me, it was like I have Charizard.
I win. Fuck you all.
Screw like Charmander and Charmeleon. Boom.
Straight to the big guy.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, I mean, like with my friend group, it was kind of like when you were watching Pokemon. When you used to watch the battles on that, it's like, they never deployed Bulbasaur for him to eventually become Venusaur. It was a case of, no, I got Venusaur. I'm Venusaur. I choose you, kind of thing. So,
yeah,
but excuse me. So so what we got coming up in the future? Then you said you got 4 gigs next month.
Yeah, we do.
So we have a weekend run next. This is going out live. So like first weekend in February, we've got 3 shows. We're doing
the 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah, Southampton, then across to Bristol, then back to Brighton. I don't know if I'm gesturing in the right directions, but you know what I mean. Which is a good test of us traveling around and touring. One of our running jokes is that we keep saying we're on a world tour. It's just like a very small part of the world.
Because all of us live kind of far apart anyway. Like Ginger lives in Cambridge, our drummer. Rob lives in Hearts and London, half and half when he's at uni. Yeah. And then Obi lives in Norwich. So those 3 actually are East Anglia, but I'm not. I'm down in Surrey. And so when we play Brighton, that's like 45 minutes from me. But when we play Norwich, that's 10 minutes from Obi and like 3 hours from me. And then when we play Cambridge, it's about an hour from Rob, 5 minutes from Ginger. So it's just we're always like somewhere far
we don't have
from
like a
someone.
Hometown show or like a local show. Someone's always traveling, so we are always touring, quote unquote.
The closest to it, I think, is Norwich, just because Metal to the Masses, East Anglia is our like home of
London
being local.
London's getting there.
London, we definitely see some of the same faces, which is really exciting to have.
We see lots of the same faces.
Yeah,
and I think outside
really
of Metal
cool.
to the Masses, London is where we've played the most, so it is building up that sort of fan base and that consistency.
Yeah,
because we've done London, I'm going to guess and say 5 times in a year, which sounds like a lot though.
I haven't looked at the spreadsheet, so I don't know.
I'm trying to remember in my head.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
enough times to have people familiar with the name and like seen us a couple of times be like, oh no, I actually like this. I'll come out and see them. And some of like our saying fans is still weird, but some of our fans are now turned friends because we see them and spend time with them, and that's really cool.
The nerdiest thing about our band actually is possibly not the Old English, but the massive spreadsheet that we keep. So there you go.
What, 11-page spreadsheet, yeah.
So like, excuse me. Yeah, it does sound incredibly nerdy on that. Like, yeah, sort of right. Okay, we did this. Blah 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 blah. Right. Okay. Right. So then, like in 4 months' time, I can refer back to this as
yeah. We have a list of everything we've played. We have a list of everything we've applied for. We've had, all of the things we've ordered, all of the merch and t-shirts and that sort of stuff. All of the like ideas we've had for locations to shoot videos, like just anything we might need to remember goes in the spreadsheet. And we are big nerds, so we spell it with the ash. So it's like spread sheet.
As nerdy as it sounds, though, it's incredibly good organization skills as well. Though.
I would honestly recommend it to any band out there.
Oh yeah, we couldn't like manage what we're doing without that organization, because like you're really good at that, and then because Ginger runs his own business, he's good at the organization as well. So the two of you between you keep things like on track, because as well as like joking about autism, like I'm ADHD as well, so I do not remember shit or like.
I wasn't going to throw you under the proverbial bus.
I will throw myself under that bus. And then
you and Obi
to help with the Grim Reaper, like in that anime. But the point is, like the business and organization side, I struggle with anyway, but without a spreadsheet, I could not manage at all.
Like, basically Ginger and I fill in the spreadsheet and then we tell Obi and Rob to look at it. And then they
or even worse,
manage
remind me that it exists. because that has also happened. Well, I'm like, hey, what about that thing? We made a list for it. We made a list. What the fuck? Like, I don't recall this at all.
Yeah.
It's great.
But yeah, they have all the information available. They just need to look at it.
Do we though?
But we've had a pretty lucky combination of people join our band, to be honest, because Ginger runs his own business and he is very good with things like finance and shipping. And so he does all of our merch and logistics and all of that. I work in marketing as my day job. So I do all of our like social media and design stuff. And Obi is an engineer, so he has things that have been built for us and friends who know how to build things as well. And Rob just talks a lot, so he's good at networking.
Wow. Oh, also, I mean, I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Rob also writes all the songs, I guess.
And engineers the songs, and
yeah.
Well,
that was just a little joke about day jobs, but Rob is currently at uni rather than suffering under the corporate arm. So that's why I could say what all of us are in day job life. Just calling you a student doesn't really describe what it is you're actually doing in full.
No. But music. Surprisingly to no one. Yeah. Because I teach music as well anyway, but without personal stuff. If I get a degree, I'm more likely to be able to teach a higher education. So, rather than just teaching guitar privately, I've gone back to get the paperwork to then have that as an actual qualification.
That's good. So,
and
good luck with the rest of your. How long's your course?
3 years. I'm about halfway. I'm a year and a half in. So
good luck with the rest of it.
It's fine. Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, it's fine. Like, no. So this is like a huge tangent. You're asking what we have coming up. 4 shows in February, then Metal for Masses, then like a little bit of time off, and then May we have a tour for the first time.
In April we have our acoustic show. Before that,
and we have an acoustic show. We're quite busy.
Yeah.
What's the acoustic show on?
So that is being put together by Hammerdown, and it is an entirely acoustic like weekender. So lots of bands in the local scene are coming down to do acoustic versions of what they usually do. So it's a lot of sort of metal gone unplugged. And
I assumed it was a lot of like straight acoustic acts.
No, there's a lot of stuff like us that's going to be acoustic for the first time. Yeah, and I guess I'm more familiar with some of them than you are, because a lot of them are like Brighton and Worthing bands, and that's
I don't know
like a local scene for me.
And Artemisia are like the only ones I know.
Oh yeah, I know a couple of the other ones.
But it was funny because we got an email just being like, "Do you guys do acoustic shows? Do you want to do acoustic shows?" And we were like, I guess we can do acoustic shows.
The big joke is that our drummer says he's going to come watch it because he's not going to be like playing blast beats acoustically, I guess. But he said he'll finally get
quietly at the back.
Yeah, he said he'll finally get to look at the front of us when we perform instead of looking at our butts from drummer perspective.
Yeah.
The one show he actually gets to hear the music. Rather than just
Well, even more so because we run backing tracks and a load of tech live, he doesn't really hear what we do live because he's got stuff in his ears. So he's hearing the pre-recorded version of us from like the record most of the time. So I mean, to him, we have a perfect show every time because he doesn't hear if we mess up.
Yeah.
So no, he's gonna hear how bad we are. Shit.
We got to do it for Ginger. We got to get it right for him.
Yeah.
That's something I was going to ask. With the pre-recorded stuff, like the rhythm guitar when you're doing your solos, Rob. Who plays that to record that? Is it you? I know Obi plays guitar as well.
Because Obi joined after, everything that's on the backing track is me.
Yeah.
Because even with instrumentally.
I'm just saying, because there are bits where it's like a choir effect. Yeah, there are bits where there's sort of choir effect with like 3 to 4 different harmonies, and that's just layers of me doing the same thing in different registers. We didn't use a synth lady.
But yeah, even on the record, by the time Ginger joined us, the record was already like made, so even the drums on the record were all programmed by me. So like that's why we didn't feel bad about using a backing track, but like it's not like it was stuff that we can't do because it's all me playing on it. It's just we didn't have the members. And because of how I arrange stuff as well, to do it without a backing track, there's times when we would need like 4 guitarists, and that's just is never going to happen.
For the new record, though, Ginger has been writing his own parts, and
we'll be recording. Yes,
we'll be playing them. Yeah, but because it started as just
much to his chagrin,
because it started as just 2 of us, and we were able to put sort of like finished versions of the songs online and say, does anyone like this? Does anyone want to drum for it? And Ginger went, yes. If we didn't have those finished ones with drum parts ready to go, he might not have been as attracted to it, actually, because he went, oh, these are drum parts I would like to play, so I'm in.
Then realized what he would actually have to play and went, shit.
Yeah, a lot of like ankle
exercises. They are quite hard.
So much double.
I've already committed.
We recently learnt he practices with like 1.5 kilo weights on his feet.
Yeah, he practices with ankle weights, which is crazy.
Mental.
He is dedicated to the cause.
Yeah.
I kind of get where he's at. I shadow box holding 1.5 kilo weights sometimes.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But I kind of get that thing. I mean, I still suck at boxing, but like, yeah, he's good at drumming. That's the difference between the two.
Yes, tell him that more. Tell him that more. He won't believe it. Tell him that more.
So,
but also, you could be great at boxing. We've never seen you box, so.
I've seen me box.
But it's like, so for the backing track, yeah, they are just the tracks that I recorded for the album, stripped out, and then we keep what we need to fill in the parts live.
Yeah,
effectively how it works.
Yeah, I was curious because when watching you guys play, and like, because like just to start with, like when I first started watching, the local scene, underground scene, however you want to word it, I'll be watching stuff and I'm like, my brain's processing music that I'm not seeing anyone play. What's going on, sort of thing. And then, I mean, you guys know I'm friends with Celestial, and that so learning stuff like, Rob I've known since Knee Idol Grasshopper, so like, sort of asking him stuff, and he's like filled me in with certain bits and pieces and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, right. So I sort of learning bits and pieces, and it's just sort of. Right, I know how it is. Now I want to know who's doing it and that sort of thing, because it's sort of like, processes more in my head, sort of thing. Because as much as I would like to give the impression I know what I'm talking about, I'm still very new to everything, sort of thing.
No, it's a fair question, and it's also kind of cool for us to say it's still us, especially in a world of cursed AI. It is still us, and we find that important that it is still us.
Yeah, I think we should have hologram versions of us doing the other parts as we.
Oh, what? No.
But I mean, even from just like a practical sense of like, even if there's only one part, but on the record there's like acoustic guitars, classical guitar, electric guitar. So like live, I can't switch between stuff. Like it's always going to need. Like I can play the same part, but it won't sound the same. So having all that stuff like already ready to go on the backing track makes, again, like the logistics of a performance easier as well, I guess.
This is just back to Rob being obsessed with layers. He's got to have everything happening at once.
Are you complaining?
I'm just saying that's part of your.
Actually, you are.
That's part of your aesthetic. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's part of what you value. And I did get very excited the first time you were able to layer all the vocals, because it was a synth, and I said I can do that. I can sing all those notes in all those like registers, octaves, whatever you want to call them. So I was like, record me doing it, and then there was a small celebration where I said the words, "I'm a choir bitch," and he will not let me forget that.
Yes, I quote that back to you fairly regularly.
Yeah.
Anytime you doubt yourself, I'm like, excuse me.
Anytime I say anything moderately confident, they make fun of me and say it back.
It's because it's a rare occurrence.
You said about recording things in layers. I literally randomly scrolling reels the other day, saw a band doing that, recording and singing things at like all different ranges for their own backing vocals and stuff. I think it was a rock band trying to make a choir style song anyway. And like I said, I'm still learning a load of stuff. I don't have a musical bone in my body. I'm just a nerd who likes music. You know what I mean? Like,
that still counts. People who like music are important to the scene, keeping the music going.
I'm just a nerd who likes music. I'm a failed bass player. I've got a bloody bass guitar in the corner of my bedroom that's been unplayed since. Well, okay, I think I've played them maybe 4 times since I was 18. So it's sort of.
Technically, I am also a failed bass player because my husband is a real bass player and he tried to teach me, and I was terrible. So it never.
You picked up my classical once and went, I can't do it.
Well, you told me that I needed to relax my hands and that my hands were too tense, and I was like, I guess so is the rest of me. I don't know what to do about that.
So dates coming up. That's you said.
So we're
6th, 7th, 8th of February, 14th of February. What date is Metal to the Masses?
Metal to the Masses is the 5th of March. Then we're in London on the 7th of March. And then the 18th of April. Yeah.
Oh my God, we get a month off. What the hell?
We don't have a month off.
Sorry.
Hopefully there'll be a couple of extra dates dotted into there as well.
Yeah, if we get the Metal to the Masters semis or finals, they'll be in either April or May.
Yeah. So everyone here sort of wishes you the best of luck and everything.
Thank you.
I mean, you will unfortunately have to see me on the 5th. I will be there.
Oh, yay!
I'll walk around like this and then.
Don't do that too much. We're on a road. Right. So, thank you ever so much for coming on, guys.
Thank you for listening to us for this long.
I really time to come in and chat and crap with me. One last very important question that everyone on Nerdic Pro and feeling Blegh needs to know the answer to, which I think Rob's gonna have a good answer anyway. What's your favorite dinosaur?
What's my favorite dinosaur? You cut out, Richie. What was that?
What's your favorite dinosaur? Let's make sure my mic getting turned off again.
Go on, Seth, or do you want time to think?
Oh no, I know what mine is.
Go on.
I'm partial to a pterodactyl. They're little, but they're still scary. They make great noises and they can fly.
Not
a dinosaur. Pick again.
Dinosaur.
And why is it not a dinosaur?
It's a pterosaur, not a dinosaur.
Okay, fine. I have a favorite pterosaur then. Why is it? What is the difference? I'm sorry. Is that very uneducated?
No. It's the difference between mammals and reptiles, or maybe not that different, but difference between cats and dogs.
Okay. Well, I like both cats and dogs, so that's also my answer.
Yeah, but it's not a dinosaur. So
I was debating whether to say that or not. You beat me to it.
No, we were in time on that. It was great.
I was taught they were a dinosaur when I was a child, so apparently I've been lied to. But
yeah,
no, I mean,
I like their vibe. I'm sorry, I still do.
I mean, well, you think watch the original Power Rangers as a kid, and it's like we need dinosaur power, and there's 2 dinosaurs, a whole lot.
Yeah, fucking saber-toothed tiger is not a dinosaur.
Because saber-toothed tiger is not a creature. It's not
a creature.
Creatures, right? And a mastodon. They're both not dinosaurs.
That's a band. You can't fool me with that one.
There's technically not actually pterodactyl.
It's a pteranodon, isn't it?
Yeah, the one that we see as a pterodactyl is a pteranodon. And then there's I think it's called the pterodactylus, and even then that's like a family of small pterosaurs. And And then,
well, I'm here to stand up for all the other small pterosaurs, but I'm apparently done with this, and it's Rob's turn.
Oh my god, get fucked.
You get fucked. You said my favorite wasn't a dinosaur. We matter. Pterosaurs matter.
Factually, it is not.
Justice for the pterosaurs.
You like to think that you're terrifying, but no. You're going to be pterosaur loser.
Oh my god. Fine, what's your favorite biblically accurate dinosaur?
Since I was like a tiny kid, Triceratops, which is like a really basic answer, but
yeah, it is.
See, the thing is though, right? If you pick a basic answer, people give you crap. Like, oh, it's like when you pick your favorite metal band, right? If you sit there and go, I like Slipknot. Oh yeah, everyone likes Slipknot. Right, okay, I'm sorry, I don't like your unknown.
No, they're popular for a reason.
Albanian band that has.
Wow! Hey now! I'm
not moaning at these.
Wow!
But it's someone that will giving you crap because you like Slipknot. I'm a big Iron Maiden fan, right?
Along with like 10 million other people.
And I get crap for that because it's a mainstream band with a mainstream song. Like, there's a reason people like it.
Yeah, some things are popular for a reason, and anybody who's listening to metal is already kind of out of the mainstream, and we should all try and get along a bit better, to be honest.
I suppose it's just gatekeepers, regardless of the thing. It's gatekeepers in general, isn't it? I mean, like just saying about go back to the dinosaurs, T-Rex. If I want to show off, one of my other favorites is Baryonyx, and not a lot of people have heard of that one. So
okay.
That's what I was going to say. Fucking Baryonyx rules. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask it.
Is the ichthyosaur a dinosaur?
It's a swimmy reptile.
Yeah, I can't remember what family they are, but no, they're not dinosaurs.
Why?
I think ichthyosaur is the ichthyosaur is the family, and then you've got like.
I'm googling this on my other screen as we speak because I need the answer. Ichthyosauria. It's a form of reptile. It's not a dinosaur.
We just completely destroyed Steph's knowledge of dinosaurs at all.
Those large extinct marine reptiles, sometimes referred to as ichthyosaurs.
Okay, fine. Well, these were part of a book about dinosaurs I had as a child, so they probably weren't trying to be scientifically accurate for children, I'm guessing.
They should have been.
I've still got a big old encyclopedia over there, so I'm not going to say too much about it. So.
Is it an encyclopedia spelled with an ash in it?
Oh my god.
To bring it back around. Talking of dinosaurs, so Baryonyx is cool. The other one that I've been really into is Utahraptor because it's one of the newer ones. And like, obviously, Jurassic Park, everyone knows it, yada, yada, yada. But actual velociraptors, teeny tiny, not that scary, size of a turkey. But Utahraptor was fucking huge and like had feathers and rules.
Well, if you took the Jurassic Park velociraptor and made it into what it's supposed to be size-wise, that would have been Deinonychus.
It's a Deinonychus.
But from what I understand, Utahraptor hadn't long been discovered, and it
might not have even been discovered at that time. I can't remember. It's a relatively new one. You might know more than me on this. Shall I Google? No.
I was 4 when Jurassic Park came out, so I just sort of.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I think I'm a year older than you guys are, but I've never actually seen 94. Then I would have been 5. But I've never seen.
You've never seen it.
Jurassic Park all the way through. I've seen like random.
I know we're watching our next recording session.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know that much about dinosaurs, everybody.
Okay. Before we play, Steph needs educating.
I'm so sorry. I don't know that much about dinosaurs. I've been on the Jurassic Park ride lots.
See, the other thing about Jurassic Park is kind of like when you look at like Rexy, the T-Rex, like she's not scientifically accurate, but she was for when the
Is it
film
a she?
was made.
Yeah. Good for her.
They're all made to be female.
This is like Jurassic Park deep lore now.
Okay. Yeah. This isn't really part of the Universal Studios ride lore, so.
Right. So they're all made to be female, and then At one point during the film, Jeff Goldblum's character, my brain's forgotten his name. He
Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Yeah, that's it. He you someone said you go, I can't remember this. Someone says it, you think, God, I'm an idiot. All right.
No, I'm an idiot.
There's a difference.
I apparently don't know what dinosaurs are, so it's fine.
He says about life finding a way. Well, the thing is, they to fill in the gaps of the DNA they don't have, they put frog DNA in, and certain frogs can change their sex, like in droughts and stuff. And basically, that's how they, sort of like are able to continue and reproduce and everything after the fall of Jurassic Park and stuff. But yeah, like I said, they're all made to be female, but some stayed, some didn't.
Can I ask another possibly dumb question?
Go on.
So you may.
The pterosaurs that I apparently drawn to, are they from a different period? Am I thinking like Cretaceous Park? Is that the problem here?
I mean,
no, they exist at the same time. They're just a different evolutionary strand.
Okay. I just wanted to
reptiles, know. But
because the Jurassic period is one thing, but there are other like eras.
Yeah. And actually, Jurassic Park, most of the dinosaurs in it are from the Cretaceous.
Okay, so Cretaceous Park was not far off.
No, that would be more accurate.
Well, there is a Camp Cretaceous, which is actually quite a good animated series.
Kids TV show. It is really good.
It's a kids show, just like Star Wars Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels were kids shows, and they're absolutely not like written fantastically and wasted on kids at all. But it's
got opinions there, but
Jurassic Park and everything. But most of the most famous dinosaurs are from the Cretaceous period, especially more the later period as well. Because like T-Rex was only around for like the last 2 million years or of the Cretaceous period, or so similar like Triceratops, similar sort of time period and that. So
yeah, I can't think which two dinosaurs it is, but like because of how long those three periods lasted for. Oh, I can't think which dinosaurs it is now. It's something like T-Rex existed closer to when we've been alive than like another famous dinosaur. Stegosaurus, maybe? No.
There's a meme going around. I saw the other day, which I had known about this beforehand anyway, but seeing it as a meme was hilarious. The idea that it's a drawing and a T-Rex flying in a fighter jet. Right, and I said that was more scientifically accurate than the picture of a T-Rex next to a Stegosaurus.
Wow.
Oh, because of the timeline. Yeah.
Because of the timeline, there's like 100. You got 67 million.
It's like 100 million years. Yeah.
100 billion of is.
Whereas we're just casual 66, which is a lot.
There's another meme that I quite like. It goes, why are you feeling sad? Well, I'm just sad that Allosaurus never got to enjoy flowers because they were gone before flowers evolved.
I'm sad too now.
That's amazing.
Imagine never having flowers.
Because I think grass grass wasn't a thing until like the early Cretaceous period or something like that. So in like the Jurassic period, that was like a lot of like ferns and pine trees and those kinds of things. So yeah, it's sort of like Allosaurus, Stegosaurus, they never got to enjoy flowers.
That does give you a lot to think about.
You have like an existential crisis about why the dinosaurs didn't get to smell flowers. And also, the half the things that you think are dinosaurs are not dinosaurs.
Oh my god, this is gonna sound worse than I mean it to, because I think it's cool that you guys are interested in this, but I haven't really thought about dinosaurs since childhood. They don't come up a lot in my regular life. I know you do.
See, this is the thing. People don't ask you what your favorite dinosaur is anymore. So
they don't, because clearly I was not prepared for that question. But yeah, no, I it's not a special interest of mine, but it doesn't mean that it isn't cool that you guys know all of this stuff about them.
No, it's not cool. It's very nerdy.
But like, being a nerd is just being enthusiastic about something, and that's great. You love watching people be passionate about things.
Yeah.
Like, depending on the person and how interested they are and the joy with which they can explain it. I can even listen to people talk about football sometimes if they're really into it and they're having a really good time and you can see how much they love it. It's a nice thing to be part of. But yeah,
I look at that same sort of thing as well. Like, yes, you say nerd and you think of superheroes, you think of sci-fi.
I don't even think of superheroes because the Marvel films are like the most popular thing that have ever happened. Like, I think I'm a bigger nerd for not being into it. Like, I don't care about Marvel films. That makes me the dork because everyone else loves them, you know? To be honest.
Like I say, like for me, that's just what when you say the word, that's the stereotype of it. But I like to look at
the comic book nerd.
I'll refer to it as more of what sparks it isn't, because it could be football, it could be, it might be Magic the Gathering, it might be dinosaurs. I remember.
I'm feeling called out in this conversation, but okay.
But yeah, when I explain different ballets to Rob sometimes and talk about how there's a ballet called Giselle where like a woman basically dies of heartbreak and then all of the other jilted women in the town come back as ghosts and they haunt people as just like really beautiful ghosts together. We're both like, that's metal as fuck. That's so cool. And you don't have to care about or know anything about ballet to describe it to people and get interested in like the different ways that the story is being told. Just like now I will always think about how certain dinosaurs did not ever see a flower. That's a story I'll remember.
English hard. You go to your ballet class once and it's like, you go, right, we're gonna try to create something. I want to portray the heartbreak of
having never seen a flower,
being a lily. Just like...
Genuinely though, yeah. But then you think as well with some of these really towering, lumbering beasts who are bigger than your turkey-sized velociraptor, would they have noticed a flower underneath their feet anyway? Would they have been drawn to the minutiae, to the small details of the world?
But if they're high up and it's like on the leaves of a tree in the canopy, they'd have seen them.
Perhaps, yeah.
I'm sure.
I'll be honest as well. The biggest like thing that I have as something that taught me anything about dinosaurs is the Land Before Time series. Did you guys have those films? Was that part of English childhood?
Yeah.
And they did have a pterodactyl friend in that film, and they did eat leaves off trees and all of that.
It's to show that like you can be friends with people that are different to you because they're not a dinosaur.
Oh my god.
You're never going to hear the end of this.
You can turn it back practice one day and there's going to be like a row of toys and go, which is the odd one out? I just sort of...
Richie, when you say one day, what you mean is this weekend.
I thought you might let it die down a little bit. So.
No, he would never.
Where's the fun in that?
However...
Surprise!
I will for the second time when I bring it back, but
I still make fun of you for not knowing what the Ides of March was and not knowing.
Do you know what the Ides of March are, Richie?
I had no idea. No.
See?
Oh.
Ha.
Okay. In Julius Caesar, the Shakespeare play, is a very famous line, like "Beware the Ides of March." But "Beware the Ides of March" has sort of come into like the regular pop culture. It has, because it's like you may be betrayed, like beware, this sort of thing. But that's when they stab Caesar. And the Ides is like the 15th. It's the middle of the month. So you can have the Ides of February, and that'll be the day after one of our shows. Or you could have, the Ides of March is the concept of like...
You have 4 shows in February. Do you know how non-specific you want to spend?
But yeah, no, the Ides is just the middle of the month. But it's like when people say like, oh, the tinfoil hat, or like don't drink the Kool-Aid, it came from something, but it has just become a phrase that we use now. That is not true. Anyone who's into Shakespeare or into literature knows the Ides of March.
I also know a lot of Shakespeare gets like misquoted anyway. For instance, Lead on Macduff. That was wrongly quoted. It was lay on Macduff, which everyone's taking lead on Macduff as in like, you lead the way sort of thing. And it was
no, lay on as in fight.
Lay on is like,
come at me, bro, Macduff.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you again for coming on.
No, don't let it get away with this. What is your favorite dinosaur?
Will you fuckers accept Iguanodon?
Yes.
That's a good answer.
Okay, good night.
Like, that's it. You're just gonna hang up the call now. That's it. There's no. but yeah. Honestly, like, thank you for coming on, spending 2 hours of chatting crap with me. I really appreciate it.
We do too. Thanks for having us.
No, thank you for having us.
So you shows down south. What days are what and where are they at?
Southampton,
February
6th of February. Whoa, who's doing this?
You do it. It's fine.
Okay, Southampton on February 6th, Bristol Feb 7th, Brighton February 8th. We're then in Norwich February 14th on Valentine's. Then
the day before
March.
the Ides.
Don't like that. Ide sounds like a plural, but we're leaving this for now. Then back in Norwich, Metal to the Masses on the 5th of March. London at, what's it called? It's at Levels. What's the
Levels
day?
At the 7th of March.
No, but what's the festival
Levels.
Evil Day thing called? No, that's the venue.
Oh, that's the venue. Yes.
It's an all-day in March.
I have the poster.
Yeah, I expected you to just have it on recall because
I usually do. It's Haunted Echoes Fest, but you have me questioning what
Haunted
is and what
Echoes
is not a
Fest,
dinosaur, so I didn't want to say something else wrong.
Haunted Echoes Fest is not a dinosaur.
What is and what isn't a festival?
I just didn't want to say the wrong thing anymore. I was done with that.
Sorry, long way of saying.
Am I singing the right words now? Are these the correct words? Are they?
She does that anyway. Don't worry about
it. You don't know the words. You tell me regularly you don't know the words.
Yeah, Ginger and I have no idea what the words are. But you'll regularly be like, wasn't it last time that you're like, I've never sung that one before. What is that word? Shit.
How dare you expose me like this?
I mean, I hit the wrong patch pedal like on a regular basis when I'm changing sounds, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, every time it gets slightly dark, you can't see his guitar anymore, and you get these cute little...
So I've now had to get a clip-on light to go on my floorboard so that when the lights go dark, I can actually see what I'm doing.
I was about to say, like, you should get like glow-in-the-dark stickers to go on which one.
He's got glow tape on the back of his guitar.
I have glow tape on my guitar, yeah.
Yeah.
But I have like 10 buttons to choose from, so in the dark. And there's times, we're going to be finishing up, but there's times when I'm like playing, doing vocals, and hitting a button at the same time, and that's really hard to coordinate. So having like a light, at least vaguely pointing, does help.
Yeah. There's
a
lot going on, and we'll try and do it as well as possible. Thank you for having us.
No, I think, as we say in the band, love you, fuck off.
No, honestly, thank you for coming on. Thank you for spending the time with us. Everybody, go on whatever your chosen platform is, and give them a listen. They're absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
I'll be honest with you, it wasn't something I used to listen to, but I absolutely love listening to you guys. Right,
Thanks so much.
If you're here, I genuinely like that weekend your album come out. I had it on all weekend. So
thank you. It's even cooler to hear people who don't usually like this stuff get into it. So that means a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And so go check them out on socials. I'll make sure I get a link tree, your link tree up on there later and that.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Ladies and gentlemen of the Nerdic Pro Podcast, this has been Feeling Blegh, episode 1. Thank you.
It's so hard not to do that. Blegh.
I've heard Obi and Mickey do that enough time. I've been trying to practice. It was Blegh. Now I'm trying to Blegh as best as I can.
Do it. Come on.
Do it. Coward.
Yeah.
I got approval from a black metal band vocalist. That's good enough for me. Right. And that. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you soon. Good night.
Bye.